I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
Titans go!
What's happening, y'all? It's season 2, episode 19 of the Mad Titan Podcast. Me, resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington.
And your boy, B to the C, back in the house. What's poppin'? We doing it. Yeah, buddy.
I still don't understand how in the fuck do you always have so much more enthusiasm doing this than I do?
Because I'm excited to talk to you about the DC universe, Jay. We haven't talked all week because you've been so damn busy.
I've been trying to do things. I've been trying to be busy, trying to be somebody in life.
Always on a set or doing something big and important. And I'm just sitting here on my couch, like, I got nothing better to do. I'm just alone. Jay, I need you to get off of work so we can talk about this. But then he finishes one job and he goes and does comedy, and then he goes and does another podcast and BBC and all that crap. He's just so busy and wanted, and I'm just on the couch.
Wow, that's just ravioli. That means your life is terrible. Also, I envy you because I don't have a couch. I want a couch in my studio apartment. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want a couch.
Oh, that was good. That was okay. Okay, touche. I got a nice couch, man. I got a buddy of mine. He was moving to Houston. He's like, "Hey, you want a couch?" I was like, "All right, cool."
See what I'm
really
saying?
nice.
See what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it. I want a couch. On a couch. I do. I'm trying to I don't have one. I don't have one of those apartments or the studios that are like super tiny. You hear people about having studio apartments, and they're always like, it's so tiny, it's so crammed up, et cetera, et cetera. Mine isn't that case. BC has seen my place.
Yeah,
I got room.
I like yours.
Yeah, I got room for a couch. I just gotta afford a couch, and that's a thing.
You know what? I was lucky. Yeah, my buddy, when he moved to Houston, he was just like, I can't take this. Do you want it? I was like, yeah, please. And he was single dude. He sat on one seat in of the couch, so it's a brand new, really nice one. So,
I mean, well, look, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm trying to find me one. I'm trying to, find donations for my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing these little bitty things and they're dope. And you're right. I've been doing so much, and moving around and working and on a set. I shot an episode of a TV show that'll be coming out in the summer, hopefully. That's what I think the season should come out. Yes, it's January, February now, so yes, come out in the summer. But I just been, I've been open about a lot of shit with my stress and my mental health and things like that. And for me, I'm overwhelmed and I'm overtaxed. And I know people were like, yo, you need to take a break. But I think the problem people forget when they keep saying take a break and telling me to recharge and all this other shit, even though I know I need to, I will openly admit that I need to do the shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's I can't afford to, because I have to keep trying to do things that if I'm making $50, $100, this, that, and the third every day, I haven't been afforded the luxury yet to have a $30,000 paying job where those come frequently, and I can just relax a little and breathe a little, not fully fall off, but like, no worries.
Yeah.
Because I have all that, and in the midst of all of that, just the regular gigs all week, I've been getting called by my kids for needing stuff. My son being in college, my daughter needing shit, she's getting bigger. Mom calling me, and I can't afford to because they need shit. And then yeah, I know everybody's always like, well, how can you be good for them or yourself and blah, 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 which is true. I'm not dismissing that by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that I don't have any backup. I don't have any, I don't have that family or friends that can loan me some money like that and I'm good with. I don't even like honestly, I don't even like asking to borrow money like that
Oh, I'm the same
because
way.
the excuse me, the uncertainty
Exactly.
of working in this industry is I could tell you I tentatively expect to be able to pay somebody back this date, right?
Mhm.
And me being the person that I am, I want to hold to it. But if I can't, then I feel shitty because like I owe people and I still owe some people and I'm still trying to pay them back, you know?
Mhm.
And it's never been one of those things where I tell somebody, yo, I'm gonna pay you back. And they see me with a bunch of new shit and all this and that. And I just like, no, I got you. Like, no, when I tell motherfuckers I barely break even, you know, it's a lot of work for go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, like you say the one thing that really stood out is you can't afford to take the break, but also Jay, you can't afford not to. All right, because if
That
you
is
don't take the break, you're gonna shut down, and then you're gonna be in real trouble. You know what I'm saying? So you have to afford yourself to make sure your body gets that break, your mind gets that relaxation every now and then. We need that in our
that's
lives.
fair. That is fair. That's true. And I definitely agree with that. But but okay, yes. So then my body shuts me down. But here's the question. And no one has had the answer to me, an answer for me to this. And this is just I'm just gonna ask, I'm gonna direct this to you and even maybe everybody that's listening, and maybe because maybe I'm missing something. Okay. I know for a fact, uh I know for a fact that I do need to take a break. I've had days where I've been out and I've just been like, yo, I'm so tired. I just gotta go home.
Mhm.
And I'm forcing myself to be out. And these are days I've done shows, I've pushed myself and things and the third. And then I'm asking for more shows, and I don't ever want to seem like I'm complaining because I have a schedule that a lot of people only dream about. Right?
Mhm.
I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
And again, that little money here and there, those days. Now, shows that don't pay anything, I understand. I'll
Yeah.
take that. I take that out of the equation. But if I'm not making money and then I'm falling behind, doesn't it look real stupid on me when I could be working and I'm an able body to work to make something happen? And also, if I fall behind, I would feel like an idiot if I got to start making a GoFundMe because I'm fucking up.
But you have more, there's more of a risk of getting to that point if you do not take care of yourself, your mental health, your body, relaxation and stuff. There's more of a risk of that happening and being a longer period of time of more you know what I'm saying, because you could fall off to where, oh shit, now not only do I didn't take any of these breaks, but now my body is broken down and I cannot work for a while. I have to stop now and for a longer period of time, of whether I've just taken a couple hours every week to focus on just myself, not do something for work, to let my body kind of relax and my mind calm down and enjoy some of the things that I do have for my life that I'm working so hard to have. You have to take the moments and enjoy that time too.
I agree. I mean, I definitely do agree. It's just I just the balance there, the balance needs to be there for me to
Mhm.
feel comfortable to do so.
And
If that makes sense.
because I'm with you. When I was wrestling, dog, I was running like you. You know me. I was the same thing, non-stop, going on 4 or 5 hours max a night of sleep because I was trying to do any and everything at all the time. And I had a really bad substance abuse along with that to help me cope with it. And it ended very bad, you know? So now I make sure I take all that extra time to make sure I have my mental whereabouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see you get lost and get hurt and have to deal with something later on. You need to take that time during the week, even if it's just a little bit, an hour here, hour there, something. Read a book that you just want to read, or watch a show that you just want to watch, something like that.
I guess, man. I guess I've been, and I think it's part of the slight burnout, if you will, slight exhaustion, if you will, that has me feeling like this. But it's also the looking at my bank account. And again,
Yeah.
when you look at your bank account and then the phone call, for those who do not have kids, it's a different level of understanding. I've had people who say, well, I got nieces and nephews. And I'm like, that is not the same.
Yo.
That is nowhere near the same. I know you may love your nieces and nephews to death, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but that is in no way, shape, form, or comparison the same thing to kids that are yours. And it's like, and also as a father who gives a fuck, let me make sure I clarify that everybody who knows me knows I'm a father who gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of, God damn it, you bitches drag racing on my street.
Yo, what's up? Vin Diesel out there.
Bro, listen, I don't want to wish ill on nobody. Okay? I don't like to wish harm upon people. But it is 11:30 in the morning on a Sunday here in Los Angeles. And I understand it's nice outside. But if you want to ride that raggedy ass Acura down the street with a dual exhaust, I hope your motherfucking brakes don't work. And you slam into a garbage can. You okay, you safe, you alive. But your car ain't shit no more. But I get it. I mean, like I said, as a dad, it's just a hard thing as a father, trying to do all that you can and then some, because you also are trying to just make sure you show that you're not doing all of these things out here just to be doing them. You're not just in a city doing whatever the fuck you want, or playing around and living la vida loca and all these parties, because that's not the case at all for me. Yep. So anyway, man, that's enough about me. So going through all that, but that's really what it's been. I want to say thank you to everybody who has shown love, who I hear from, whether it be DMs, text messages, emails, through other people. I was at the Improv the other night and ran into a comic I'm familiar with. We know each other via. I will go break this. Oh my God! I know the Elote dude is not outside right now honking his motherfucking horn. I know this nigga's not. I hear this motherfucking clown car horn going right now. You gonna hear me yell out my motherfucking on my balcony. If you don't shut that shit the fuck up.
Oh,
anyway,
shit.
But there's a comic, Xander Belcher. I mean, him and I are familiar with each other through social media and mutual friends and whatnot. And we were just chopping it up at the Improv. I'm going to fight this nigga. Like, we were chopping it up at the Improv this past Friday.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how his homie is a fan of mine, of what I do and stuff like that. And it means a lot to hear that. It's hard to. A lot of times I have people who come to me and tell me they're fans of me or fans of what I do, or they know people who know what I do and are fans of. And, it's hard to fully express the way I'm elated when I hear that. Like, bro, I can't tell you how much it means to know that people give a fuck about what you talk about. Like, how people.
It's a great feeling when, like, I love that when anyone tells you anything, like, oh man, I just love like hanging out, listening to the show or watching the show. I love that feeling so much.
I love it. It's like I don't want to. I don't want to boil down like a little schoolgirl, a little giddy schoolgirl. Oh my God. Oh my God. You think so much about me. You think so much about me. Like, and so, but it means the world to hear that. And I will continue to bust my ass and do what I do. So with that is why the fuck we are here. Where's my cursor? I'm still getting used to this 2-screen shit.
Oh, you got 2 screens now?
Yeah, that's why if you notice one, or when I first earlier was talking to you, I was looking this way because you were on this screen, and now I'm looking straight ahead because I'm looking at the other screen. So I'm still getting, I've had these 2 screens for like about 7-8 months now, and I'm still.
Oh wow, yeah. No, I have never had the whole 2-screen thing, and I always wanted it, but I don't. My desk is kind of small right here, but
bro,
I'm like, oh, how does it work?
Bro, my desk was different. I would my desk was a little bit different where the drawer is in the middle.
Mhm.
I bullshit you not. I would be hella prone to having 3 of these motherfuckers because I understand now why people have 2 screens.
Yeah.
I understand the ease of it. Like it is so dog. Life is so much better when you don't have to keep, you can have a million tabs open, but you can slide them one tab, you can just move this shit over.
Yeah.
Life is so much motherfucking better, bro. Life is so much better, and I am eternally grateful for it. So let me see. Let me do that. All right. For those who are new here, though, because you always hear me somewhere talking about this, what we do is we get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes. This is Barbershop Talk for Nerds. I always say that because we try to keep it real, keep it 100, keep it a buck, be open and honest about shit, all those good things, and even talk about real life in the process. You just heard me tell you niggas how I am burnt the fuck out. The fuck out. Burnt out. Okay, but all that was said. There really isn't a lot of Marvel news. I want to make sure I say that. The only thing that came up is the Super Bowl is next. Well, 2 things have come up. Hitmonkey is getting to season 2. Okay. Did you
watch? I didn't watch it.
I actually watched it.
Really?
I actually watched it. Hitmonkey is the animated show on Hulu. Now, remember, Hitmonkey was part of the old Marvel television brand, right? Mm-hmm. And now it's officially lost the Marvel branding altogether. So it's just Hitmonkey.
Oh, so they don't use any of the Marvel branding on it at all?
Nah, they just like, do your own, you do your own shit. So Hitmonkey was so it's about a monkey who is connected to a hitman, like telepath, the hitman's ghost, like him and the ghost are connected. And the monkey becomes a fucking assassin. Like originally when I heard it, originally I heard it was like, I thought the monkey was going to be possessed by the assassin. But like, nah. So it's not that bad, but it's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
It's a good animated show, but it's no longer going to be branded Marvel anything, so it's just going to be on Hulu. It's going to be an animated show with monkey murdering a lot of motherfuckers, which ain't bad at all. It's not really bad. It's a good show. I would say check it out. Because I remember MODOK. Didn't MODOK get renewed too? Or no, MODOK was canceled.
I don't know. I didn't see anything about MODOK or not, which is interesting because knowing that, we're about to get a MODOK.
Well, that's because it's a different type. So again, Marvel is trying to keep everything in uniform, which I understand.
Yeah.
Which is why when we talk DC in a second, which is why what's happening at DCU is happening over there, because you're trying to keep things uniform as best as you can. Let me make sure I stress that. Mm-hmm. As best as you can. And keep things running a certain way. But also, so the rumor is, because the Super Bowl is next Sunday, we're potentially getting 3 trailers this year for the Super Bowl. We're possibly going to get a trailer for Loki season 2. Ooh. We're gonna get a full Secret Invasion trailer.
Oh,
and we may get the first teaser trailer for the Marvels.
Oh, I knew the Marvels was a possibility. I didn't even think about Loki or
Secret Invasion. We got a Secret Invasion trailer already, which automatically sold me on the show.
Oh yeah,
the trailer sold me so motherfucking fast.
Yeah,
so I was good with it. But the Marvels, I'm super excited for because I like Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. I actually like Brie Larson as Carol Danvers.
Me too.
I don't understand. Let me say, I was gonna say I don't understand the hate, but I do know why she got it. Because Brie Larson, Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Brie Larson caught that hate after she said that she didn't want to keep seeing all straight white dudes in her press junkets. She caught hate after that. It was not before then. It was
Yeah.
not before then. When she said she wants her press junkets to be more diverse. And of course, white guys are, you don't want white men to see this movie? No, you stupid, retarded motherfucker. Yes, I said the word. Please forgive me. I'm upset. But
I'm not gonna lie, I missed that was a good word back in the day.
it makes me mad because you hear that dumb shit.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, she don't want white men watching the movie. She never said that. She said the press junkets, she want them to show a diverse array
Yeah.
of outlets. And there are a diverse array of journalists, reporters, pundits, et cetera, et cetera. So when people got mad at that shit, I was like, y'all need to shut the whole fuck up.
Yeah, I always got everyone's like, oh, she never smiles. And I'm like, yes, she does. She has
Also, what
dude,
the
her
fuck does it
smirk-
matter?
dog, her little smile smirk thing is the sexiest fucking smile I've ever seen in my life. I love everything about Brie Larson, man. And I think Captain Marvel was a great film. I loved it. I had so much fun watching that movie.
I argue with a friend of the show and my homegirl Heather J. We've argued a lot about this one statement, and I told her this, and I held on to what I said, and I meant it. Trash movies don't make $1 billion, and I
Facts.
always go back to Venom, right?
Mhm.
But so many people love because you know what $1 billion means? Repeat viewers.
Repeat viewings, yeah.
You cannot get $1 billion without repeat viewings. Captain Marvel clocked over $1 billion. You can try to tell me that's feminism over time. That's not. That motherfuckers, not just women, went to go see this movie on repeat. So on top of that, I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see my girl Tiana in a full Marvel movie. I love what she did in WandaVision.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see that. So when it comes, like, again, people are going to have their thoughts about the previous phase of the MCU. And I can say previous phase because we're now in phase 5.
Yeah.
People are going to have their thoughts. And that's fine. That's fine. And so, but I'm excited for it. Now, that's just the Marvel movies. We'll get into DC momentarily because that's pretty much what we're about to do now. The majority of this show is going to be based on the new DC Universe, DC Studios.
But you hate the DC. You're a Marvel show.
Okay, I wish I could take for everybody that's going to say that. I was on stage last night, right? Okay, I did a show. I popped into a show, did a guest spot as a surprise guest, as a special guest, and not only do I have on my DC Black History Month hat that I have on now, I had on my Black DC Heroes shirt. So it's all the Black heroes from DC Comics.
Yeah.
Now, I want somebody to tell me, is somebody that's looking at my wall right now behind me that has 4 Black Lightning posters, Detective Comics, Kid Flash. How much do I really hate DC? These are just the posters you can see, by the way. I mean, y'all are listening to it. I know a lot of people ask me to do the video. And like I told you, that requires me to get pretty for the camera.
Facts. I have to put on a hat. No.
But just people, you guys, no. So this is what happened. Okay. So James Gunn and Peter Safran officially did what everybody wanted them to do, which is like, fine, I guess. They released their slate. Okay.
I love they're like, hey, we're gonna give you something by the end of the month. Motherfuckers waiting till the last day.
I ain't bad at them.
I ain't bad at them at all.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. They did us like employers do you about your W-2s. You're supposed to have your W-2s by the 31st of January. They was like, yep.
Did it on the 31st.
Yep. So I get it. I fully fucking get it. So he released the slate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, first of all, this is what's happening. The universe is going to reset after the Flash movie.
Mhm.
So Shazam drops in March. You know, again, remember also we talked about the Zachary Levi shit.
Mhm.
You notice how that died down real quick within a
Mhm.
week? Because everybody was like, the majority of things of what I saw from people were, he's always been an evangelical, blah, 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 which I stated on the show before.
Yeah,
If a
we said it
person's a
last week.
Christian, right. If a person's a Christian, that's fine. As long as they're not pushing your religious views on somebody. I hate when I hear now, oh my God, they're evangelical Christian. Okay, and as long as they don't say or do anything that shows you they are of that negative route anybody else is.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard Zachary Levi can be a jerk as a person outside of that. But the tweet thing, boom, that shit shut down.
Yeah.
Right. March 17th is Shazam Fury of the Gods. June 16th, 2023 is The Flash, which is supposed to reset shit. Okay. After that, Blue Beetle comes out a week before my birthday, August 18th, 2023. Aquaman is Christmas this year. Okay. Then we're getting ready to go into what now has been dubbed as Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Okay, we're going to talk about them all.
So my assumption here is from Flash till chapter 1, this is the epilogue or the prologue. Prologue. This is the prologue.
Yeah.
Because he did say Blue Beetle kind of stands on its own.
Right.
So I took that as, and tell me if I'm wrong here, I took that as Blue Beetle is staying as part of the DCU going forward.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. I mean, if it does, I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Yeah.
It seems like what they're doing, what they're going for,
cherry pick
with what Blue Beetle is and what it's based on would fit right along into everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting, these are some of the different, so these are the live action series that we're getting from Chapter 1. We're getting a Waller series.
So we gonna start with the TV.
I'm looking at TV, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna get Waller, which is an Amanda Waller series, based off. It's gonna be Viola Davis from Peacemaker. Some of the Peacemaker cast is gonna come over. A fucking course.
Which also means we're keeping Peacemaker probably.
Oh, he just hasn't had a chance to get done with it yet.
Exactly, which means we're gonna continue to have a Peacemaker that you can't see.
I could have cut you off. But it was already approved that Peacemaker was getting a season 2.
Well, yeah, I just didn't know if Peacemaker was going to continue in the new DCU because I was on that cable. I was like, no, we're rebooting everything. He's obviously rebooting everything, but apparently not because Viola Davis coming back as Waller. There's and then we're going to talk about a little more. There's a few other little things that are still going to be popping back up.
Mm-hmm. So we got that. We also have Paradise Lost. This is a Themyscira series.
Mm-hmm.
And this, now a lot of people said they don't want to hear about this, but I'm interested in this because it is about the political elements. It's the genesis and the political intrigue of an island of all women. How they come to be the way they are.
You know what I don't want? There's one thing I don't want from this. Don't give me some token dude. Don't give me a guy that's in this show. Make it all women and only women.
I agree. I mean, there has to be, I think, not a token dude. Like, let them come up against the Atlanteans.
That's fine. But I don't want, there's this one guy who does live on Themyscira. No.
That was the one thing I hated about, that was the one small nitpick for me aside the third act. The smallest nitpick I had about Wonder Woman was that Diana's never known nothing but men to be terrible, right?
Yeah.
Because they like, men don't do shit but bring drama and chaos, which when Steve Trevor came to Themyscira, that's what drama and chaos. She fell in over love, not just in love. She fell in over love with this motherfucker. And all this, and I was like,
I mean, it's kind of the awe of something you've never seen before. You know, she wasn't alive for the wars with men. You know, so this is her first, and it's like, oh, you're new. So that's the only way I do it. But yeah, I just don't want, hey, we're going to put a guy in here just because, we got to have something for the male audience. We got to do that. No, shut the fuck up. We don't need a dude.
And I think this is where I respect James Gunn so fucking much.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what backlash is going to come to everything.
Yes.
And of course, if it was a DC show, if it was a Marvel show, if it was an Image show, if it was a Dark Horse show, anything that is going to be based solely on all women is going to catch backlash from a bunch of little dick dudes, a bunch of little dick insecure dudes. Here's why. You're not the focus, number one.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be. You can enjoy a show about women being empowered and running their own shit without feeling insecure about your motherfucking self.
Yes.
Plain and simple. Also, there's this thing that exists in our world called women who want to see powerful women.
Mm-hmm.
We are always privy to powerful men. And do not give me that, well, if it's forced. No. Do you know the story of how Wonder Woman was created?
Don't be forcing a dude in there then.
You know how Professor Marsden was in a polyamorous relationship and how he wanted to show the power of the women he was involved with. So therefore, the character he created was a Wonder Woman and he created an island full of strong women. So calm down.
I did not know that.
Yes. There's a whole Professor Marsden and the Wonder Woman is the movie that's based on how Wonder Woman was created.
I always wanted to check that out, but I never watched it. That's awesome.
So dudes got to calm down. And it's going to be a couple of those, as we call them, pick-me-ass chicks. It's going to be like, I don't want to see this forced feminism. Is it a forced feminism thing when it's the same character? It's based upon the mythology of the same fucking character.
Yeah.
We're used to going into the mythology, the mythos, and the lore of other characters and have zero issue with that when we need to. We can make a whole series about Krypton to talk more about it. Yes, people eventually be like, I just want to see Jor-El, Kal-El, and the planet destroyed. But you can go into that and have no problem going into the mythos of Krypton, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have a problem going into the mythos of Gotham. You don't have a problem going into the mythos of certain things in the Marvel world. But then when Skira becomes a problem, calm down.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's Paradise Lost. We're also getting a live-action Booster Gold. This was supposed to happen for so fucking long. I remember at one point it was supposed to be a movie done by Greg Berlanti, which I was kind of like here for.
Yeah.
He'd been introduced in the last season of Legends and everything with Donald Faison being Booster Gold. But like, all right, cool. I feel like Booster Gold works as a series.
Yeah.
He's a superhero that's like, no, you got to pay. He's a hero for hire, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
Yo, pay me. I'm not doing this shit.
From the future.
Yeah. I'll save you, but it's going to cost you. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Then there's the Lanterns. Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart is a buddy cop thing, sort of like True Detective. Mm-hmm. I have a small issue with this.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what here's where my issue lies. We could just have Jon Stewart. We don't need Hal Jordan with this.
I think it's a cool gimmick. I get a lot of the True Detective, yeah, but I also see a lot of Lethal Weapon.
I see that, but that's the thing. Because we have these already, I understand that for the lack of better words, there's nothing new created under the sun.
Yeah. Nothing
new storyline-wise, new similarities, et cetera, et cetera. We've been talking about for years, give us Jon Stewart. Mm-hmm. Ever since the Justice League animated and all that, let us get Jon Stewart on his own.
Yeah.
When they were going to do the Green Lantern HBO Max series, from what I hear, it's still supposed to be going on for the time being, from what I've tentatively heard from some people, you're doing Guy Gardner, Alan Scott, and I forgot. Because he was supposed to just you had one job, and that was to do Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz with that one.
Yeah.
You had one job. But we've seen how. Whether it panned out well or not.
Okay, I was
whether it panned out well or not. Whether it panned out well or not, we saw how.
I don't mind the inclusion of Hal. I think it'll be fun to see them play off of each other. And from what the understanding of the show is, the case or whatever it is they'll be working on, what the mystery of the show is going to be the overall story of the DCU. Is going to set the overall story of the DCU in motion, from what I understand.
Okay,
And so I think that sounds really intriguing.
so that means we need to get more of OA. We need to get more of the whole Lantern Corps.
See, but
I mean,
it is. I do find it weird that it sounds like they're going to do. It's going to be a Earth-based series, not so much. And I was like, huh. I would think you would go out into the far reaches of space and do something with them. But okay,
it's Earth-based. That's fine. But I don't know. I just felt like we got so close.
Yeah.
With Diggle and the Arrowverse, we got so close, but we didn't get it.
Okay, how many episodes have you seen so far of the new season? I know you got early access to Flash.
I didn't even watch it yet.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet. Okay. I want to know, like, since we know this is the end, do you think they'll give it to us in the Flash?
Nope.
No. Fuck. Damn it.
Nope. I don't think they're gonna do that at all. I mean, again, there's some people who want the buddy cop pair up. I understand that. I can't be mad at you.
I like it. I like it with the True Detective thing. You know, I like the Lethal Weapon idea, but I like if we lean more toward a serial, a dark, gritty take on this. I'm in, and I think a lot of these series are going to be more of TV. The movies will be more of the PG-13 eras, and these series are going to be a lot closer to Peacemaker in tonality.
Oh, I mean, as far as being able to say what they want, do what they want. Oh, I absolutely believe that. Oh, I absolutely see that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can see Peacemaker was Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, for all intents and purposes, were the litmus test to see would y'all accept this if we went just darker and just rougher. You know, if we didn't just toe the line, and many times we stepped over it, and the crowds we've allowed it.
Yeah,
I'm a part of those crowds because I love Peacemaker. I love the Suicide Squad was more violent, and I was like, yes, they should just be murdered. All right. So that is all of the live action series. We're getting the Creature Commandos animated series.
This is going to be entertaining, I think. I think this is going to be fun.
It's basically Amanda Waller creating the Suicide Squad out of monstrous creatures. I'm here for it.
I feel a almost Harley Quinn-esque vibe out of this.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I definitely think we're getting Harley Quinn vibes out of it. You couldn't tell me no different, bro.
I think it'll be a little closer to reality than that is, because I do know they want to take whoever voices these characters could also play them live action in the movie.
And that's a big thing he said too.
Yes.
He said he wants to keep this a continuity thing.
So it won't be so over the top, but as far as like violence and tone and stuff, I think that's what we're going to get. I think you're right. Yeah.
And I'm fine. Again, Harley Quinn, dude.
Here for it.
I will never forget the very first episode of Harley Quinn.
When'd you see it?
What, Harley Quinn?
Yeah. Because I got to see the premiere at New York Comic Con that they showed the audience like a couple months early. I was there for it when they showed us the first episode.
I think I might have saw it. I think I might have saw it around the same time.
I was like, this is incredible because it's like South Park with a Batman the Animated Series paint job on it. I'm like, this is perfect.
Dude, when you fucking see the head explode in the beginning, in the first 3 minutes, you're like, I know what this show gonna be, and I'm cool with it.
Yep.
So these are the characters that are in the Creature Commandos, all right? Rick Flag Sr.
Interesting.
Okay. Now, also, there is we have a Star Labs. We have there's Shade. Shade is the superhuman advanced defense executive, okay? So we got Flag. He's the father of Rick Flag. There is Nina Mazursky. She's a scientist and specializes in biology. And she figures out how to develop superpowers and test it on herself. And now she's an amphibian woman. There's Dr. Phosphorus, who is typically a Batman villain, but after being exposed to radiation, his physiology was changed entirely, and now his body burns with eternal flames, and he vows revenge on those who caused this tragedy. There's Frankenstein's monster, which is, everybody always calls the creature Frankenstein. It's like, no, Frankenstein's monster.
Yep.
It's, he'd be known as Frank, and he was recruited for the Shade Project. So all of this is going to be under the Shade. It's not going to be under Task Force X. It's going to be under Shade, okay? There's G.I. Robot, okay? Now, the G.I. robots were designed as the U.S. to aid the military in World War II. The first of these robots were known as Jake, the Jungle Automatic Killer Experimental, and it was destroyed. The second robot, Jake 2, is going to be assigned to the Corps Commandos. And then there's Weasel.
I'm so excited for Weasel.
Now, okay, so then you got that. But also, just as much as I talked about Frankenstein's monster, we're going to have the bride. The bride of Frankenstein. Now, she's said to be a main character, and her comic origins are different from what we've seen before. She was a member of Shade, where she and Frank fell in love. The two have a child who was unstable, which led to Frank having to kill their son after he violently attacks them. And it caused a rift between the bride and Frank, which means we may more than likely see him having to kill his son in this animated series.
Oh, wow. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm hyped.
That is the animated. Now let's go to the films. There's Superman Legacy, which will debut July 11, 2025. James Gunn has penned the script already. More than likely, he's going to direct this motherfucker.
Yeah, Peter Safran was like, he's doing the script, and I'm trying to convince him to direct, which means he's going to direct. We just haven't announced it yet. Because you're not going to say that unless you're actually going to get him to do it. You know?
He has to direct the movie. He has to. Let's just be real. So he's going to direct that. We're getting a Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie. Now, let me go back to Superman real quick. So what this is going to focus on him balancing his Kryptonian heritage and his human upbringing. It's going to be a younger Superman, which is why Cavill was not in the equation. Thoughts?
I love it. I think it's good. I like the idea of this. I like the idea that they're like, hey, we're gonna look at, his ideology growing up a Krypton in a loving home and being all about truth, justice, the American way, the Superman that, we've been...
Boy, is that the whitest shit ever. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That is the whitest shit. But I'm excited to see this. I think it's going to be very fun. And I love the juxtaposition of what the Supergirl movie is going to be about that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But that's what I think is coolest about this is these two different ideologies of the same type of character.
Yeah. So now there's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Now it's going to be based on Tom King's amazing award-winning recent comic stories, which Supergirl viewers are not used to seeing. So you said you know a little bit more about this. Go ahead and speak on it.
I like the idea that so she is going to be looking at this as, Clark grew up on a planet with loving parents in a family environment, and he has that mentality. She is growing up on a chunk of Krypton, watching everyone she ever knew and loved die for 14 years. I love the difference between these two and their histories and their paths that lead them to being who they are. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, almost reminiscent of we were talking about on the thing this morning, Smallville. Their Supergirl was kind of a bitch. And that's what I want to see in this. I want to see this darker take that goes again, that also has the lighter Superman, and then no, what are you talking about? Let's just handle this shit. I think that could be really cool to see. And my only concern is I'm going to see the Flash, and I'm going to love Sasha Calle, and I'm going to want her to do this. And they haven't said if they're bringing her or not. But as of now, I'm hoping that they are.
And that's the thing. Her casting has been quiet because everyone's asked about the main core.
Yeah.
Levi, Gal, Momoa, and Miller. We keep forgetting that we know we know that Keaton's done.
Yeah.
We know Affleck is only gonna fuck around and direct something, right? But nobody has said anything about Sasha Calle.
No.
And I think that might be. I think they may. I hope.
Well, I think it's because most of the audience doesn't know her yet. And so I think the executives are all waiting to see the reaction of her in the film.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I think they know she can do it. Because again, I'll go back to all the things I've heard from people in Warner Brothers and DC. The Flash is a good movie.
Yeah.
Right? So they know. But they can't make that gun. They can't jump that gun yet and say her. Because again, no gun jump that gun. No pun intended. They can't say it's her because of already all the backlash, everything that's happened immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in it. I definitely am. All right. Another film, we're getting The Authority. Now, The Authority goes crazy. Okay. This is another superhero series. Okay. It was normally from the Wildstorm imprint.
Mm-hmm.
I just want y'all to know. Now, some of the members are Jenny Sparks, aka the Spirit of the 20th Century, Apollo, the Sun God, the Midnighter, aka Lucas Trent, the Knight's Bringer of War, the Doctor, aka Jerome Thorndike, the Shaman, the Second Engineer, aka Angela Spica, the Maker, Jack Hansmore, the God of Cities, and Swift, the Winged Huntress. But also, here's why it was interesting to me. When they were bringing up what they might do, I tweeted out, James, do Jim Lee's Wildcats. Wildcats is a cartoon that based off of Jim Lee creation that it's a comic book run and a cartoon. One of the characters in the Wildcats is Grifter. He looks like Deadpool. He's a sort of mercenary type dude. He's a former government operative. He's a skilled marksman and a hand-to-hand combatant. Now, he could potentially come over and do that. So I'm excited to see how they do this. But this goes back to one of the things I've consistently said that James Gunn was going to do. James Gunn was going to take obscure characters motherfuckers never knew or hadn't heard of. I already brought up Creature Commandos as an animated project. The Authority is the second one. Very few people are familiar with Booster Gold.
A Waller series is even
wilder.
Yeah.
It's even wilder. Now, this one is going to be great for me. Swamp Thing. The film will investigate the dark origins of Swamp Thing because we just know a scientist falls in the swamp with some chemicals. Becomes Swamp Thing, and he is connected to the green.
Yeah, him in the green.
Him in the fun. No. That is not what this is going to be. This is not going to be your 80s Swamp Thing. This is going to be a murderous motherfucker that's going... There's dark shit as to why all this happens.
Yes.
There's a dark origin as to how Alec Holland becomes Swamp Thing and the reasons the green chooses him. You know, it's like you're chosen. You can say, oh, it's an accident. Have y'all not realized yet in these comic book origins and many
nothing's actually an accident.
Nothing's actually an accident.
No.
Tony Stark being kidnapped by terrorists was a design that the Watcher knew would happen. He knew it was going to happen. He could have put the pieces in motion to make it. Yes, he says he's not to interfere, but he knew it was going to happen. It needed to happen for everything else to happen.
Yeah.
Because Tony Stark becoming Iron Man, as Jarvis tells you in Iron Man 2, led to a whole bunch of announcements of who the fuck I am. Here I am here. Here I am there. Here goes this person. So there's no accident that the Green chose Alec Holland. Also, I'm about to ask a question that I've never asked anybody in person.
Ooh.
I've never had in conversations. I've never said on this pod. I just want to know, does it happen? Does Swamp Thing fuck? And what does that dick look like? I hate that that's a statement I made because think about it. If it is part of the green, it can grow. So he can pull out a goddamn log or give a chick a mushroom tip she ain't never seen.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jay. I I didn't expect this conversation to go there. I don't know if Swamp Thing fucks, and I don't know if I want to know if Swamp Thing fucks because I've seen the Evil Dead and bad shit happens, and I don't need that.
He ain't dead though.
I know, but have you seen the Evil Dead? Well, the plants and they get
And
you.
and I
I
also
don't need
watched
that
and
in-
I also
in
watched
our
The
life.
Last of Us. But what I'm saying is, what does he give her? Like, there's still parts of me that's human, that the green has expanded. And it she be standing there talking, and a dick come over his shoulder and just start waving.
Oh, the fucking boys. All right.
Right.
Hero-gasm. Here we go.
But also, I know I kind of fucked your head up saying that, all right?
Mhm.
Now we're live as we're doing this. It's
shit.
12:13 p.m. as I tell you this.
Okay.
I want to hear your natural reaction when I tell you
Oh, shit.
that Kyrie Irving is going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Ah! What did we give up? What did we give up? What did we give up?
Momentai. I just want to see. Hold on, news. Let me check. I'm gonna tell you what y'all gave up. I was gonna fuck with y'all. Y'all gave up Luca, and just to see what you did.
I'd lose my shit. Nah.
How-
I don't see it on the news yet.
You Dorian Finney-Smith,
That's
Spencer
16 hours, 4 hours.
Spencer Dwinwittle, and a 2029 first round pick, 2 second round picks.
Okay. 2 second round. Okay.
I mean, he get to live out his anti-vax life in Texas. He's okay.
He kind of fits. Yeah.
He fits. This motherfucker's gonna go to Texas and gonna be telling everybody the world is flat, and you gonna have stupid motherfuckers like Kyrie Wright told you Earth's goddamn flat. Fucking A.
Look, you can be stupid. That's fine. We'll take stupid. Come on, just play. Give us some W's here, baby.
All right. So the next thing, now this one is very interesting to a lot of people. Batman, the Brave and the Bold, because not only is it just Batman, it is the best Batman, so one of the best Batman stories out. It's him and his son, Damian Wayne.
Yeah, bro. Okay, what I've been saying. The one thing that I want
Was a Robin story.
was Robin. Now, not only we getting Robin, he said this gonna introduce us to the Bat family.
I mean, everything's the
So
Bat family.
if we getting Damian, that means there's probably a Nightwing out there.
Yeah.
That means more than likely Jason Todd could be in the dirt already.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe Batgirl, maybe Oracle's out there. I don't know, but I'm all in. That means that Batman is prime. He is in his prime right now. His villains are established. I'm not going to have to watch stupid, dumb fuck origin stories that we've seen for 30 fucking years. I am here for this 100%.
I think that's you literally have said everything I was gonna say. By the way, I'm looking at so again, you guys can't see us, but I'm looking at myself. God damn, these traps and shoulders are looking amazing.
I'm about to say, dog, your traps are going today, bruh.
And the shoulder, oh my God, I'm looking at myself like, nigga, you been putting in work in this gym. Anyway, I will agree everything you just said, because in order to go to Damian, there are so many things you've already had to have happened. There are already so many. Stop reading the goddamn news. There are so many things that have already had to happen. Jason, Dick, possibly Tim, all them. We've gotten them all out the way, and the one Robin that is where, because again, if you see Dick Grayson, you just want him to go to Nightwing.
Yeah, the one Robin that I'm like, you know what? You can be a kid, and I still buy you going out and fighting crime because you were
Is the kid that was raised by motherfucking assassins.
Yes. You know, I mean, look, taking a acrobat out to fight the Joker, that's a little iffy. I don't know about that.
Well, the Joker isn't. You got to remember,
I'm just throwing that out there. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're taking an acrobat out to just go fight psychopaths. That's a little crazy, Batman. But you're taking out the child of assassins who has grown up as an assassin. Yeah, that fits. I'm in.
I'm here for it. And again, we're getting so many the Bat family thing. I've always said stay away from the Trinity. I will openly admit I've said that, right? I've said you don't need the Trinity because you've leaned into it. But when I said, I should have been more specific when I said don't lean into Batman, because Batman it's just always been him.
Yes.
From the beginning.
And that's what I want. I want that dynamic of, so now we're going to get, the Matt Reeves's Batverse going with a dark,
yep.
And then on this side, we can get that dynamic of him working with his sidekicks. We can get into the psyche of Batman always having to have that sidekick by him. That's something I'm really excited to jump into.
And the one sidekick, we ain't got to worry about him fucking.
Yeah. Shit. God damn it.
What?
Oh my God. I wasn't prepared for that. Okay.
What? We all have said. There's been rumors.
I know, but I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't ready for that. Normally, I'm like, oh, we're gonna get some Batman and Robin jokes. Okay, I wasn't prepared for it right here today. That wasn't on the plate of topics.
Because not only is it his son can kill him if he tried anything. Father, put your dick in the suit.
I love the image that everyone's using too. Is one of Batman, he's kind of down and Damian over him with a sword. I'm like, I love that that's the image that's going around for this.
Here was my thing. So I'm assuming at this time when you're doing this, right? At this point in Batman's career, he's kind of given up being Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Right? He's more so Bruce Wayne exists, but I don't want to be Bruce. Right? I'm Batman. Bruce Wayne is my secret. Batman is my true self.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne is the mask for the world. Right? But how do you explain you got a kid and every time somebody see Batman with a kid, like, can you imagine being a henchman and telling people, yo, Batman came and he was fucking us up a little bit, but this little nigga showed up.
And he started chopping people to pieces.
This little nigga had a sword, and we was like, if you don't put that big ass sword, oh my God! He cut off Earl's knees. Tim ain't got no ear no more. We lost 3 niggas with heads. Like, I just imagine it going all the way crazy. So that's the Brave and the Bold. So that is chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Okay,
I'm all in.
Elseworlds are still a thing. That in being, we had the first Joker movie. We had the Batman. We're getting Joker Part 2 in 2024. We're getting Batman Part 2 in 2025. Teen Titans Go, it's an animated series. And Superman and Lois, which is said to only go 2 more seasons. And that's going to be it for that.
Which is good. I like everything about that. I think that's really fun. And Superman and Lois is a fun show. I didn't think I would have liked him as Superman, but God, he is a really good Superman. I really enjoy Tyler Hutchinson as
Tyler Hoechlin
as Superman. He does a good job on that show.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I love the idea of Elseworlds because now you also get the opportunity of someone coming in going, hey, I got an idea for so-and-so superhero. Doesn't really fit with your normal narrative, but I got this plan. And then go, cool, we'll do an Elseworlds. You can do your own version of this. Go ahead, have fun. I think that is a very good way to continue to bring in different takes on stuff, but then also have your own storyline of a DCU going forward. I think this is going to work out really smooth.
I think that I agree with you on that, but I would prefer, and I understand there's multiverses, Elseworlds, all these different things within all of our comic book universes almost. I would prefer we have one continuity, one universe. I would prefer that. I'll openly say it, Marvel Studios showed us that you can have that. You had Hellstrom, you had Hitmonkey, you had MODOK, you were gonna have Ghost for all the shit that were Marvel TV. And then when Marvel TV was disbanded, Marvel Studios was like, no, we got what we're focusing on.
Yeah.
We got what we're focusing on. And so you have all these different things. The problem I do have, and I know somebody's going to hear, we're focusing on Batman, right? So now you got an older Batman who's been through the shits and has his kid now in Brave and Bold. But then the Batman is year 3, 4. But the problem is, and I've said this about my review about the Batman, I've openly said this.
Yeah.
My biggest issue is they're making this Batman, Pattinson's Batman, not give a shit about being Bruce Wayne anymore. And it is way too early.
Okay. See, but what I think about it is what I got from the Batman is he's learning, oh, I have to go be Bruce Wayne too. So this is the first step, like, where he was like, no, I'm Batman. Oh man, Bruce Wayne can help too. I'll go be Bruce Wayne as well. And I think in the next one, you'll see more of him using his Bruce Wayne persona.
It didn't seem like that though.
But you don't get that from like the lady that comes like, hey, you could be doing more. And Alfred telling him you could be doing more. I think we'll see that play out a little more as
in the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I honestly don't think our DCU Batman is gonna be the broody, I don't like anything Batman. I think we're gonna have a lighter tone. Still a little to himself and darker than Superman's gonna be, obviously, but I don't think it's gonna be so broody. I picture this more of a Batman the Animated Series type of Batman in live action.
I guess so.
And again, maybe it's the optimism in me, but I don't know. I'm hyped.
I'm hyped for it. Again, let me make sure I reiterate this. The Batman's, the Elseworld situations, I'm fine. I get it. I understand why you're doing it. That's that. I wish they could be on somewhat of the same pages, but also, okay, is the inevitable goal to implode all these universes together?
Yeah. I don't see that. I don't know. I know that maybe down the line something like that could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Because Joker is not coming in any of this shit.
God no.
Joker's not coming in any of this shit, right? That's dead. That's its own thing. Again, I stand on this. I don't give a fuck how much some of y'all. Oh, Joker's a great movie. Joker is only called Joker because the movie is not palatable. It needed a name. You can't digest that movie as the movie it is without calling it Joker. It is just about a dude who goes crazy. It is literally just about a guy. Like, honestly, it's about a guy who goes crazy. He gets rejected. Life is shit, and he goes crazy. The best I and many others have always said the best thing about the Joker was no one knew his origin.
No, and that's what I've always loved about the Joker is you don't know who he is.
You don't know where he came from. You don't know who he is. This dude is just crazy for some reason. You called it Joker so this movie can be digestible. The Batman, Matt Reeves is visually amazing as a director. You still got the Penguin series that's going to happen on HBO Max. That's in their Matt Reeves universe. You get you got Pennyworth got canceled, so there's that. Now check this out though. So I said it last week on the show. I told you when you kept bringing up, I want to hit a slate. I want to hit a slate. You kept saying, I want to hit a slate. They need to tell us. And I kept saying, no matter what James Gunn says, motherfuckers were going to be pissed. Remember I said that?
Yep, you said that.
Remember I said that? Okay. A day after he announced it, because as of right now, the only people confirmed to be a part of the DCU are Viola Davis and Sean Gunn, who plays Weasel. The only two. Right now, yeah, Jason Momoa has said we'll see some things. Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, not clear, right? And the cast Peacemaker. As soon as this motherfucker got done announcing what he announced, those clown-ass Restore the Snyderverse people
Oh,
started trending for a hot second. Fire James Gunn. Because somehow these idiots believed, because they was told that DC would possibly sell out properties to different other studios. They thought that meant that Netflix would possibly buy the Snyderverse. I need people to understand, in what fucking world do y'all think Netflix is going to buy the Snyderverse? Netflix has already tried with 3 different other comic book iterations. The Mark Millar verse failed horribly.
what was the Mark Millar verse?
Jupiter's Legacy.
That's right.
It was a couple other things.
Ugh.
Failed. They tried that. What was the movie with Olivia Spencer and Miss Melissa McCarthy?
Oh yeah, that was bad too.
Bad. At what point? This is how somebody said, you're locked in to watch all the mid TV shows to understand the movies. Good luck, Jay. Good luck. #fire James Gunn. That was stupid. Then another said, y'all have to start over from scratch for nearly a decade instead of just letting Zach finish his movies like next year. F y'all. Fire James Gunn.
I'm tired of the Snyderverse.
What part of nobody wants to be involved in that shit do you not get? Who the fuck wants to sit up and stop? It's not making money. You want people to spend money just to spend it. The movies aren't going to make money.
Not to mention, like, Netflix doesn't have the money to buy these characters, to rent these characters from Warner Brothers.
As much as they talk about they've lost money, with all this shit,
no way. It's not possible. Just let it go.
You want Netflix to pay money to get these characters, then spend hundreds of millions to try to make shit just so you can fucking stream it?
Yeah.
Stream it.
Yeah, no.
Not in theaters. Stream it. Shut the fuck up.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I really hope Rebel Moon comes out and everyone just, and the Snyderverse officially just shuts up and goes to it.
They won't, because you know what they're going to do then?
I know, because it's not about Snyder. It's about DC for them. And they don't.
No, it's about Snyder on top of it, because this is what's going to happen. Then they're going to go to Star Wars, because they're going to be like, see, Zack Snyder should have did a Star Wars type movie.
Oh, no, he can stay fuck away from my Star Wars.
But I'm just saying, they'll go there. These motherfuckers don't get it. They just don't. The shit's dead. It's dead. This plan, this whatever Zack Snyder showed you on Vero, this storyboard, it's dead. And yes, does Jay sound like a broken fucking record every time talking about this? Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. I know what the fuck I sound like. But I said it was going to fucking happen. I said no matter what James Gunn said, no matter what James Gunn put out, no matter what they said they was going to do, the moment they said that these motherfuckers was going to fight against it.
Yeah.
The moment they said he was going to do it. All right. That's all the news we got. Let's get to these questions in the Mad Titan email. MadTitanPodcast@gmail.com. MadTitanPodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, I got a question for you real quick. Have you seen
God.
this? Have you seen this Pedro Pascal Mario Saturday Night Live skit?
No, I have to see it.
It is all over Twitter. I haven't seen it either, but I mean, like every other tweet is about it. I'm like, okay, I guess I need to check this out.
Well, you'll do it after the fucking show.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just want to know if you had seen it. I want to know what you say about it.
Bitch.
Because you know humor.
Lousy bitch. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
See, you should slide me on the show. I'm trying to get on the show. Yeah. Watch that shit later. And here I am telling BC, you watch this shit later, and I'm sitting there trying to get on. You know what?
Yeah, I was actually like, just trying to have like some sound going while you were looking things up. But go ahead, look it up.
Fuck you. So I'm gonna check it out. But like, it's crazy because maybe because we didn't see his face in The Mandalorian is why a lot of people haven't been giving him his props like they should have. And because now we see him in The Last of Us.
Here's my thing. I hate anytime he takes his helmet off in Mandalorian. It takes me out of it. I'm like, I don't buy you as the badass Mandalorian. But when I see him in The Last of Us, I'm like, oh, I buy you as this badass completely.
Really?
And, yeah. So I want in Mando, I want a perfect voice for Mando, but keep the helmet on. Just let a body double be the body. You just be the voice. Show your face in Last of Us where that fits for me. I buy him as this character 100%, but every time he takes the helmet off in Mandalorian, I'm like, oh, you're not the guy in there. That's not you. It takes me out of it.
I've always was under the impression that it was never him. It was only him like the times when they needed him to take the helmet off.
A lot of the time, yes, it is when they take the helmet off. And I'm just like, just never take the helmet off. Just take your huge paycheck for doing voiceover, and let John Wayne's son or grandson or whoever it is that's in the damn costume now be the body double.
Can you imagine me like, yo, that ain't Pedro, that's me as the Mandalorian, and they'd be like, what? Like, no, that's me. Like, but it's a helmet on. Trust me, it's me. You see how I hold my arm like this? Nigga, that's my arm. Take a screenshot.
You kind of see my tattoo right there.
But they got you covered all the way up. Bitch, I told you it's my tattoo. You start getting mad.
Don't worry about it, it's me.
Look, I told you I had a fucking limp from being on set. You see how my foot dragging? That shit's me, bitch. Like, that's got to be the hardest thing. Like, I know people who do stand-in work, and stand-in work ain't shit. Stand-in work you'll never get credit for, because stand-in work is only used for blocking when they're trying to figure out where the camera goes. But like body doubles and stuff like that, shouts out to the people from Marvel who've recently now, and a lot of people now who've been giving their doubles credit.
Oh, like The Rock?
The Rock and other people who've been giving their doubles credit.
I'm like, man, can I just be like some random person that works for you? Because you give everyone a freaking car.
Man, bro, like, I'll get your coffee if it gets me a car. Bro, I will test every new Zoa coming off the assembly line.
Facts.
I might not make it, but if it gets me a car, yo, what flavor is this? This is cranberry corn Zoa. Okay. They be like, yo, Jay, why you in the hospital? I did it for The Rock. Like, literally.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock. Bro, I was watching a video where I guess he rapped Red, what's it called? Red One?
Yeah.
I guess he rapped this movie last night and he put it on Instagram. Yeah. He was like, I'll see some of y'all in Hawaii. Did you get these niggas a trip to Hawaii? I want to be a gaffer on this nigga. I will put down tape. You know what I'm saying? Here's your Mark Dwayne, Mr. Johnson. Sir, I'm going to make sure that you have your Zoa. We've got your weights, and your doctor with your medicine is in your trailer.
We have set up your entire mobile gym.
Which is another motherfucking thing. The nigga's gym goes with him.
And this ain't no small gym. He has an entire 24-hour fitness.
He has a home that is nothing but a gym. And it travels. Because how? Because you can't put Dwayne Johnson in an Equinox. Why not? Close that bitch down. You know what?
Sorry, Equinox is closed today. We're filming the next Under Armour commercial.
What you mean no? Sorry, guys. To our members and guests, we'd like to apologize to you sincerely, but Equinox will be closed from the hours of 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why? Because Dwayne Johnson is working thighs What? He's just working thighs.
But that's my favorite thing because he shows the behind the scenes of his Under Armour commercials, and it's really just them filming his workout, and he just changes clothes in between them.
It's the greatest job. The nigga, hey, Eggler is bringing cameras in his gym at his crib. I think it's here. At his crib here. And this, all right, we got this shirt and this one. We're gonna water you down. No need to, brother. I turned the heat up. Mr. Johnson, the camera's not gonna work. I turned the goddamn heat up. Yes, sir. We're sorry. We're sorry. He work out when it's like 90 degrees on purpose.
Facts.
On purpose. Cause like, look, if you want to look, I wear a sweet sweat and then I go in the sauna before I work out. So my body is already warmed up, sweating and burning already. So then I immediately run to do cardio, whether it be the bike or the treadmill or whatever. And then after that, I'm shooting right over to the weights. And now I've got a good burn going. I'm lifting and everything. But also I have to deal with motherfucking teenagers. You're Dwayne Johnson. The only person in your way is your shadow.
Oh, all right. We got some emails.
Your shadow's in the motherfucking way. And can you imagine Shadow being scared? Hey, little bitch ass, fuck on out of here. Sir, I'm sorry that I missed the light. I should have been in the light. I should have been in the light. I should have been here. I'm sorry. You know what? Mad Titan Podcast at gmail.com. 818-276-6947. Lord have mercy. First email comes from Lance Gatlin and says, question. It said, what up, Jay? Hope all is well. In Wakanda Forever, when Shuri goes to Namor's home, how do they already have suits for people to survive when no person supposedly has ever seen his home? I think Namor lying, and someone from the surface world has seen his home. Maybe Nick Fury. That's a good question.
That is interesting.
Do you want to go first or should I?
Go ahead. I want to, because I don't know. I don't have an idea.
Namor has murdered people.
God,
bro.
It's not. Namor has brought people down there that he murdered some fools.
Remember when the drone was going low and then all of a sudden it was the two divers and they disappeared? Mm-hmm. They have murdered people.
So the Bermuda Triangle is just Atlantis.
Everybody
you don't get lost, you get murdered.
Yeah, everybody that's ever gotten close, if they can't scare them off completely, they've taken them. Mm-hmm. And so they've taken, and again, because the theory is the only people that can survive under that long are people that have been there. Your body's adapted to the pressure and everything. They can just take the suits off these motherfuckers and they crumble. Mm-hmm. So that's how they have all these suits and all this technology. Remember all these times when people have come down and they've had the technology from shit that the surface world has tried to find them.
Yeah.
So is there a possibility Fury knows? Absolutely. Fury knows of a lot of shit that he ain't never told nobody.
It'll be interesting to see if Secret Invasion. Hey, are there any of the Skrulls down there being Atlanteans? We don't know.
Remember, Fury for the longest didn't know that he acted as if alien invasions weren't a thing. He didn't know what happened. But we found out in Captain Marvel, this nigga knew in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let me go back further. He knew that there was a cube from somewhere in outer space that the government had in possession since World War II.
Stark found it. He's like, nah, Stark found this motherfucker.
Stark found it in the bottom of the ocean. So he's always known. So it wouldn't surprise me if Fury knew. But how did they get the suits? They murdered people. You think you laughing at shit, nigga? The siren song that the Atlanteans did had niggas jumping off the ship. Yeah. The siren song had motherfuckers killing themselves. So it's not far-fetched to say Namor. He told Ramon the bitch, if you tell anybody about me, I'ma kill you. I swear to God.
Yep.
He said it with the straightest face because they have murdered niggas. So it's not in the farce of realm to say remember, in the beginning of the movie, that diving team got close. One dude disappears like, yo, we can't hear his camera. Where the fuck did he go? Turn around. Oh, that's just the cord. This bitch ain't attached to it no more. You know what? I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. That's what happened.
Exactly.
So it's not it's not a far thing to say that anybody that's came close, they've killed them and just taken their equipment.
Yeah.
And it explains how they were able to develop their equipment.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too. They probably tested it on people.
How the fuck you think they make these giant ass water balloons that are water grenades that were murdering people? Are you literally Googling does Namor murder?
No.
It wouldn't be surprised me, y'all, if BC actually typed in the words, does Namor murder niggas? Like
That'd be fun. No, I have a Wakanda Forever commercial or question. I don't know why I say commercial. Question for you after we finish the other emails. So
Okay.
I was looking something else up for that.
All right. So here's the second email. It's from Joshua Alicia. It says DC Slate. It says, "Hey Jay, I'm sure by the time you get this email, you and BC will have picked apart the subject, but nonetheless, I want to talk about the upcoming DC slated content. I have a few thoughts, so I hope you'll indulge me. Number one, I think it's a mistake to start with Superman in any capacity. I understand the financial reasons WB and DC want this. That being said, Superman should feel like an event. I don't think DC has earned another bite at the apple, and that's coming from someone who enjoyed Man of Steel more than most. Two, Batman, Brave and the Bold falls to the same old Superman for me. Earn it. Gunn's strength is talking about obscure characters and fleshing them out. Also, Robin is lame. I don't care who you write him, who plays him. He's mid on his best day. Number three, of all the stuff announced, I'm most excited for Swamp Thing. I'm pretty sure that's a chalk take as the character is super weird and layered, so I think it's a layup for someone like Gunn to flesh out more. Number four, I know the interconnected story is something DC has wanted forever, but doesn't it feel like the MCU lives rent free in their head? Like you've tried this before, isn't it more of the same? All is being said, if you or BC were put in a big chair to guide DC for the next 10 years, who would you choose? Would you make an interconnected universe? Lots of non-connected stories. Look forward to hearing your thoughts. All the best, Josh Alicia. P.S. You ever notice when you start the show and ask BC what it's been up to? It goes something like, Jay, yeah, I've done like 15 shows, 10 comedy spots, drove cross country and wrestled. BC, yeah, I've been chilling.
Oh, that makes me sound so pathetic. Oh my god. That's true. That's kind of true. Because my life is pretty much do this and then play video games and watch TV.
Yeah, okay. So I read this email earlier in the week when it came in. So your thoughts on it? I already know what you want to start with. I already
touched on a lot of it already today, but I will say the disrespect to Robin, my dude. What the hell? Without Robin, this would probably end up being just the same old Batman story again and again and again. As much as I love all the Batman movies, the Dark Knight trilogy, Ben Affleck's The Batman, they're essentially always the exact same story. It will be nice to get that dynamic again, like I was saying, of him and a sidekick. Not only a sidekick, not only his damn psychopathic assassin son. That's going to be very entertaining to see. I'm sorry, it just is.
Here's what I want. I want them to close, because we've seen that every former Robin takes up the mantle eventually as Batman, right? If you want to make me happy, this is how you end the Batman story in one scene. This is how you change everything. Bruce goes to therapy.
It's like, do we get the same therapist that Tony Soprano went to?
Whatever. If Bruce goes to therapy, legit, and Bruce takes it legit, Bruce decides he doesn't need to be Batman anymore. Right? Mm-hmm. So now, because all of our Batman stories are Bruce Wayne's Batman stories. Yes. No matter, that's the problem.
Well, see, but again, I think this will lend to new stories of him dealing with with the kid.
Fuck all that. Give me another. It is historically at canon that everybody has taken. Everybody else has taken up this mantle as Batman.
Yeah.
Let somebody else do it. Nightwing eventually finally takes up the fucking mantle.
Yeah.
The problem is we're constantly doing Bruce Wayne's story.
Yeah.
Batman is other characters who have been there with him. So this isn't just, I'm not talking about somebody who just says, I'm going to become Batman.
See, but I've always had the problem with people who are like, oh, I want Batman Beyond, Batman Beyond. I was like, we haven't even gotten a proper Dick Grayson. All right. I want a proper Batman storyline where we go through that, him giving up the mantle, other Robins taking up the mantle, other Robins showing up, and then give me a Batman Beyond. You know what I'm saying? But give me the story that earns him finally going, okay, someone else, you're going to have to be Batman. I have to get help. You know?
Like, I understand the story is Bruce has become, this is his life. He's obsessed with. This became about justice. This became about vengeance. This became about terrifying the criminals of Gotham, but it evolved into so much more, right? But Bruce goes to therapy will change everything, because then Bruce realizes he doesn't have to do this. And maybe Dick Grayson comes back from Bloodhaven or wherever, or being inside of Starfire's coochie, because that's probably a wonderful, magical place.
Facts.
Maybe Jason Todd goes to therapy himself, because Jason becomes Batman at one point. Never forget, he hated them so much. He ended up working with him and still was the Red Hood, but after a while, took up the mantle
of Batman.
Let one of them take, because again, I think that's the problem we have with Batman. No matter what, it is always a Bruce Wayne story as Batman.
Yeah,
I understand. Yes, he's the quintessential Batman, but for fuck's sake,
do some of these other stories. I'm here for it.
Because then you can even spin a new Robin out of it.
Exactly.
You can continue the legacy more than what we see. With the legacy we see for the Bat family is always, here are additional Robins who do their own things. Yeah. So now let the new Batman have the new Robins. And this opens up the doors.
Yeah. It's interesting. I like it.
It's not so far-fetched to say you don't even need comic continuity with it.
Yeah.
But that's my thought. As far as Superman, it's a money. It's a guaranteed cash grab. And if you say it's Superman written by James Gunn, directed by James Gunn, it's gonna have people come out. It's a safe bet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Affleck directs his Batman, though.
That would be very interesting. I was really on board with that before it was announced as Damian Wayne, because I thought they could just take his Terminator script and adapt it. I don't know if they can adapt that same script anymore with Damian so I'm not sure, but it is a very good possibility. I'd be open to it.
You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility.
Yeah.
So as far, let me see what else. Swamp Thing, of course, we all knew that's a layup.
Yeah.
That's a layup for that. What would I do though if I was running it? I think the reason Marvel lives in their head was because Marvel showed it can be done. And
it's not just, everyone's like, oh, DC's just trying to copy. No, everybody is trying to
copy Marvel. And this isn't, and by the way, let me make sure, and I sorry to interrupt you, and I'll let you finish your statement after I say this one thing.
I mean, that's it. Everyone's trying to copy Marvel.
And it's not just comic book companies.
Yeah.
Everyone is making interconnected universes like Marvel. What do you think the Dick Wolfverse is?
Facts. There was talk of a Straight Outta Compton spinoff of Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
They're talking about the people who did Bohemian Rhapsody doing another one around the same period and using some of those actors come play them again.
And again, don't get me wrong, spinoffs have been a thing always, forever, before Marvel was a thing.
Yeah.
This is absolutely, we know this. The Jeffersons is a spinoff of All in the Family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Maude is a spinoff of that, if I'm not mistaken, of All in the Family.
Family Matters was originally a spinoff of
Oh,
Die
but
Hard, and
No,
then
it wa-
it was going to be Die Hard. They couldn't get the rights, so they swapped it and they used Harriet's character instead
from
of
Perfect
Carl's.
Strangers.
Yeah, from Perfect Strangers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was supposed to be Die Hard, but
he was going to play the same guy he was in Die Hard.
And
then they go, well, she was also on Perfect Strangers, so why don't we just change all the names and make it a Perfect Stranger spinoff?
okay,
Because they wouldn't give them the rights to Die Hard.
okay, that makes sense. But so spinoffs and interconnectivity is a different world, the Cosby Show, all those things, right? But it's when we're talking about this grandiose scale,
Yeah,
this large scale. Dick Wolf, his Law and Orders, most of them don't connect, if I'm not mistaken. I think they've started to now.
yeah, but they've even roped back in not NYPD Blue. What was the other one that Munch was on before he was on Law and Order? Homicide.
Yep.
That's the same thing.
So you have that. You have, like I said, you have fucking Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Law. When I tell people all the time, I know people who get so excited to do one of those shows, right? And I'm like, you have to make sure if your character is a bland character, you're kind of screwed out that universe. Because once you do one show, unless your character is somebody that would have the strength to connect over, you're done. You're done. So interconnected works, but it's a matter of keeping the story up. It's a matter of keeping the interest up. People will say what they'll say about Marvel in Phase 4. Absolutely. And I said Marvel was in their bag in Phase 4. Yeah. Marvel was like, we can do what we want. And it's kind of true. They still can.
Yeah, they still can.
It still can. But Marvel showed we're going to make movies. We're going to connect our movies. Now we have this little thing called Disney Plus. We're going to start doing little bitty shows here and there. Because remember, before Disney Plus shows were a thing, they were doing the little one-shot things.
Mm-hmm.
The Hail to the Kings.
They were trying to vaguely connect S.H.I.E.L.D. with it. And
until it got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. it was the connector at first.
Yes.
Never forget, Samuel L. Jackson shows up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Jamie Alexander as Lady Sif shows up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But it was once all of a sudden Jeff Loeb then was like, nah, we don't need this. And everybody's like, whoa, nigga.
Yeah.
Whoa, slow the fuck down. And it was cool, but then it got lost in the process. Because then they said, all right, well, we don't need the MCU proper. We can give you Inhumans because we started Terra Genesis. And everybody was like, somebody stop these motherfuckers, please. This shit's getting wrong. Because it got back.
Yeah.
But I think an interconnected, because my problem is the story. The thing is, the reason I would only go interconnected is because the stories are so massive.
Yeah.
And one story lends itself to so many others.
Exactly.
So before I read these Patreon and we wrap that up, what was the question you had?
Because someone asked me the other day, Wakanda Forever is now on Disney Plus, so I had a lot more friends actually go watch it. And they asked me, like, hey, this is some bullshit. Why weren't any of the Avengers at T'Challa's funeral? And I was like, well, Bucky's not allowed. They don't like him there anymore. I don't know where anyone else was.
Oh, they weren't allowed.
I was like, Stark's dead. That's why Stark's not there.
They weren't allowed.
You think it's Wakanda being like, nah, y'all can't come in here.
This is a ceremony. This is a private. This is a ceremony for us.
Okay, so that
This is a ritual.
That's what I can explain to people.
Yeah, it's a ritualistic ceremony for us. The outsiders aren't needed.
Gotcha.
Remember, they really didn't want the outsiders in this motherfucker in the first. If they never let Vision come to Wakanda, the battle in Infinity War happened some fucking place else.
Yeah.
If I'm Wakandan citizens, don't you let these white motherfuckers back in there. No offense to the white boy I do show it.
No,
But
I concur. Don't let the white people ruin everything.
God damn it, Okoye just wanted a motherfucking Starbucks. Remember? That's
She
all
wanted
she.
Starbucks. She didn't want all the white boys coming in.
She just wanted a Starbucks.
Maybe go to the Olympics.
Maybe the Olympics. She never wanted this. We can go see them outside. Some of y'all ain't never had black parents. Y'all ain't never had black parents that be like, you go to their house, they're not coming to my shit. I've been there. You go over there, they're not coming here. That's what it is. This is black families to the fullest. You go over there. And then when you let them in your house, they fuck something up in your house. Yeah. This is why we don't let motherfuckers over here. Look what happened in Wakanda. Okay? It is so fucking explanatory. So why weren't the Avengers there? They weren't fucking invited. The last time we let you bitches in our house, we lost half of everybody. The last time y'all came, I'm going to tweet this too, just so y'all know. That's the reason. Y'all keep asking why weren't the Avengers at the child's funeral? Because the last time these tickets was there, half of humanity disappeared.
Oh, I love it. Okay, touche.
All right, we gotta get ready to get about here, man. Thank y'all for another episode, for wrap up episode 19 of season 2, man. Thank you to everybody. If you're listening on the podcast feeds, please 5-star rate us and review. Just a little blurb, little something helps it out. If you're listening on my YouTube, man, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and leave the reviews, all the good shit. BC, tell the people how they can find you.
Man, you can find me on all the social medias at The Grind Calls, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Do a bunch of random, boring stuff.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about on TikTok. This motherfucker, I don't check my TikTok that often, right? I'm just post shit and that's it. I go to my TikTok, I have 97 new messages, and it's all BC sending me videos that I'm like, I'm not looking at all this shit.
Well, most of the ones I send you, I was like, oh, Jay should do one with that. Jay should do one with that. Jay should
Maybe you should tell me that instead of just sending them shit.
My bad.
Go. I'm sorry. Just go. That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Find me there.
All right. Y'all know where I am. Twitter.
Find me on the Titter. I'll be out here tweeting on the Titters.
Whew, I said that out loud. I'm out here on Titter. I'm on Titter. I'm on Twitter. Twitter.com, Instagram, TikTok at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. My YouTube channel, youtube.com/JAY Washington 80, or you can go at Mr. J Washington to search me and you'll find me there. I'm going to start having more movie reviews come up because why? Movies are back. People are like, why ain't you seeing no reviews? Because like if I don't like certain, so I didn't review House Party and I didn't review You People because we did it on the BBC Club podcast, which is the Black Boy Content Club podcast. Also, ladies, this is exactly what you think podcast, the BBC Club podcast. So that's for y'all. But no, so check out me, Moses Prim from Prim Cinema, and Chris Burns over there. So that's why those reviews weren't up on my channel, because I was like, we're going to talk about it. I can talk about it for the culture with the people of the culture and do that. And I'm going to do other movies because y'all wait to, nigga, when Cocaine Bear comes out, oh my God.
Yo, you see they're even doing a Super Bowl spot?
Here's the problem. After I saw the R-rated trailer, the Red Band trailer.
Yeah, no, I'm not watching another single trailer.
Look, but I know what the movie's about.
But this is when we say movies are back, there's 11 trailers at the Super Bowl this year.
All right, so wherever I'm watching the Super Bowl and I'm setting up a camera, I'm like, hey, what Jay doing?
$7 million a pop for 30-second spots.
Yep. They'd be like, what Jay doing for the Super Bowl? Well, Jay's sitting there in the corner. He doing trailer reactions to every fucking thing that just dropped. Like, so, but now I'm going to do all those. But so that's that. And also, if you want to support, please, I'm asking for a little bit of support and love on the Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. We're trying to put more stuff there and the Discord. I'm trying to get BC to do more so I don't have to try to do everything. And if he didn't know that I was trying to get him to, this is his formal notification as of right the fuck now. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to your boy. Shout out to our members of the squad. Let me go ahead and read the names off who are also producers of this show. Alberto Rios, thank you for being at the 101 level. Bobby McMillan, thank you too for being at the 101 level. Brock Severson, Chauncey Woodson, thank you for being at the 101 level. Cheryl Corman, Chris Lee, thank you for being at the 101. Dan Bimke, David Adams, Fanboy, Katina, Filmo Pocket, Frank Castillo, Greg Morrissey, Jim Payne, thank you. Jolene, thank you. Darlin Jones Square, Carla Vasquez, Kevin Williams, thank you. Kirsty Oliveri, Luke Sugars, Marcus Burton, and Patrick Harden. Let me say this also. Last week, we showed a lot of love to Bobby McMillan and about the voiceover spot that he did. And I will continue to say this to any member of the squad, people who I know, who I rock with. If you believe in me, I believe in you. So if you've put out something dope and I've had a chance to see it, hear it, whatever the case, I'm going to show you the love back that you've shown me. And I will do that. I do that without asking for anything. I don't know why so many people ask, like, yo, can you do that? If I don't fucking know you, let me say this. If I don't know you and you like, hey, can you do a plug for my this or that? That's going to cost you because I don't know you. I've never interacted with you. But if I've interacted with you, I've had conversation. Interacted means I've talked to you. I've chopped it up with you. It's been more than a, hey, all right, thanks. And here's a like on Twitter or Instagram. Just being real. Because people try to take your kindness for weakness and try to utilize certain and use you for things. So I just wanted to say that. But look, that wraps up everything for this week, man. We will holler at y'all next week. Will we? Yeah, we'll do it for the
I will be out of town next week.
Oh, you raggedy bitch.
So we'll have to record Monday.
I mean, we record either Sunday or Monday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to New Orleans Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
First of all, don't you ever pull back the curtain on this show, you raggedy bastard.
Well, I thought you were asking me, are we going to be here next week?
No, I mean, we're going to be here next week regardless. Whether we record on Saturday, Sunday, or record on Monday. It drops out on Monday regardless. The only reason it didn't drop last Monday was because I had to go film on an episode of a show. Duh. You know what? Remember I told y'all this year was going to be different, and he was probably going to make it all the way through as my official co-host. Yep, that's strike 2. I know what you're thinking. What was strike 1? Nope, we doubled up. Holla at y'all next week. We out here. Take care. Bye.